supportive, nurturing, and forgiving. She reprimanded where necessary and rewarded where deserved. Whenever you found Lizzie seated with her children, you could not help but notice a very strong bond they had created together. She had a tightly knitted family and was free with her children. None of the children would have a reason to hide anything from her. Although Lizzie was financially endowed, at no one time did she spoil her children by making them feel entitled for what she owned. She instilled the spirit of hard work in all her children. She had a big heart and welcomed all sundry to her home. She welcomed her younger Wanyoike lady and brought her up as her own daughter. She also welcomed her niece, Penina Ogwa, with open arms to her home and nurtured her. It was difficult for one to notice that these were not her own biological children. In Lizzie's marriage, the world opened its doors and windows wide open for her. In her first year of marriage, she went shopping in London and also traveled all over Europe and eventually to the US. Lizzie loved traveling outside the country with her favorite destination in Switzerland. While in the country, she would take several road trips and from Mombasa and to and from Mombasa with her loving husband and children. Although Lizzie had a very busy schedule, she always created time once a year to take a vacation. Lizzie had the finest taste of country music and slow jam. Career. Lizzie had an industrious career in the education sector, full of life, fun, and excitement. After graduating from Kenyatta College, present-day Kenyatta University, Lizzie started her job as a teacher at State House Girls High School. She taught for a year before resigning to take care of her children. When her children attained school age, her desire to embark on her career path as a tertiary institution trainer was reignited. She got a job in Temple College as a secretarial studies trainer. The owner, Mrs. Willis, an elderly white woman who was soon to retire, was the proprietor of the college. Lizzie became one of her most loyal and dedicated lecturers, and as a reward, she was promoted to the position of deputy principal. After 5 years of active service, it was apparent that she had settled to Lizzie to become the institution's principal. Mrs. Willis eventually approached Lizzie and asked whether she was in a position to buy off the institution. Lizzie was excited about that proposal and she approached her husband. The purchase and transfer was effected. Mrs. Willis left for the country and Lizzie took over as the principal and director of the college. Under the leadership of Lizzie, Temple College grew twofold. 99% of the students were from Uganda, Tanzania, Sudan, and few from Kenya. The collapse of the East African community in 1977 came with very serious ramifications to the existence of Temple College. The countries that were enrolling majority of the learners withdrew their students, and the risk of survival was now squarely on Lizzie's shoulders. She had to be creative to remain afloat. Lizzie had to think fast if she wants to make the college thrive again. She could not live with the reality of laying off her members of staff and shutting down the college. Lizzie casted her net into the local waters to get students. She thought of a promotion drive that took the market by storm. In the 80s, not many private institutions had a promotional campaign going in the local media, and so she launched her charm offensive on air. Those were the days of media monopoly, where the only channel was the Voice of Kenya, that was later to become a Kenya Broadcasting Corporation, KBC. The media houses were also not used to hosting local entrepreneurs to campaign for the national economy, and therefore they embraced Lizzie with both arms as they gave her free invitation to its Swahili, English, and Gikuyu service station. Those who were born then remember that the only Kikuyu broadcast service aired its programs for a few hours in a day. Those are the days when the late Gai Duma, Martin Mumu, and others were the station's reps who hosted guests, and their popularity with the masses then worked well for her promotion agenda. At the English service, Lizzie worked with Sarah Kihara and Simon Kige as her hosts, and by the grace of God, she created an impact in the local market. Temple College underwent a rebirth that made it popular and most sought after privately owned secretarial college. It was the best performing college in Pitman's and City and Guilds exams. Graduates from the college were highly sought by both public and private organizations. Apart from just getting the skills, the students were molded into respectful and responsible individuals. At Temple College, Lizzie invented a work plan that to endear her to parents who had placed their children under her training care. Training institutions back then were not known for discipline. Lizzie devised a clarion call for hard work, discipline, and excellence as core values to Temple College. She established a rapport with her students where she aspired to have a face-to-face engagement with them as many times as possible and inspiring them. At that time, Lizzie was a very young mother, scaling the heights in an era where it was fashionable to associate women with household chores, cooking, cleaning, and just being a wife. Lizzie was raring to go. Right? With the then emerging market trends, Lizzie felt the urge to diversify other academic programs, IT, business, accountancy. By the very nature of business partnerships, decision-making at times take longer. Lizzie felt the time was right for her to independently pursue her dreams. She had garnered adequate experience and exposure to navigate the academic sector. As the philosopher says, the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Lizzie set up a small team of confidants led by James Mwangi of Equity Bank, then Equity Building Society, to brainstorm on the new venture which gave birth to Nairobi Institute of Business Studies. In her element of resilience and determination, Lizzie rented out a room in Pioneer House along Moi Avenue, which was to be the home of the new baby, Nairobi Institute of Business Studies. The space was small, and in overcoming this, upon realizing that the floor had a double volume, she looked for architects and engineers to introduce a floor within a floor, in a bid to double up the space and address the spacing challenge. Within 2 years, NIBS had become a household name with an exponential growth in student population, which led to a spillover to the corridors. She made makeshift classes along the corridors. The demand for training was huge, to the point that learners would opt to defer enrolling from an already full intake to the subsequent intakes, just to secure a slot as a student in Nairobi Institute of Business Studies. In 1998, after the attack on the US Embassy, which was adjacent to Cooperative Bank building along Helsinki, tenants vacated to pave way for renovation. In 2003, renovations were complete, but the tenants were reluctant to take up the space. Lizzie, with her courage and business acumen, took up 2 floors and opened up an ultra-modern campus in the year 2004. The entire building was empty and students could roam around, moving from the top to the ground floor freely. The building had ample parking, which made it easy to attract both day and evening students. Corporates could sponsor their employees to undertake various professional courses at NIPS. In the year 2005, the space became small and Lizzie took over 4 floors in Agriculture House building along Harambe Avenue to start paramedical courses. These did not augur well with the regulatory bodies, namely Pharmacy and Poisons Board and Kenya Medical Laboratory Technician and Technologist Boards. One morning in the year 2006, Lizzie woke up to find her business name as a headline in one of the local dailies, indicating that the college had been closed down, allegedly for non-compliance with medical regulatory bodies. This was a major setback that provoked her to pursue the matter in court. Her resilience gave her motivation to travel to India and source for all necessary medical equipment that the 2 boards required. In the subsequent inspections, the college was given the green light to continue training in paramedical courses that saw thousands of young men and women trained in Diploma in Pharmaceutical Technology and Diploma in Medical Laboratory Technology. Today, these technicians are heading giant institutions locally and abroad. Lizzie's desire to see many young people acquire a diverse set of skills led her to start other academic programs such as legal studies, which was a preserve of the Kenya School of Law. Lizzie could dare swim in uncharted waters with courage. In year 2007, a number of tenants had showed interest in taking up space at Cooperative Bank House, and the landlord felt that the college was a nuisance in the building. They wrote to Lizzie, informing her that they shall not renew the tenancy contract with NIPS for another period. Again, she went to court and obtained an injunction. This setback came with a silver lining, as it opened up her eyes that one day she could eventually be thrown out and inconvenience the training. This made her look for land elsewhere with a view of setting up her own premises. This search ended up in Ruiru, Kiambu County, at a place called Kimbo, where she set up an ultra-modern spacious training facility on 17.5 acres of land. In 2009, Lizzie made up her mind to relocate NIPS from Cooperative Bank House to Ronald Gara Post Office building along Ronald Gara Street. NIPS had become a household name, and this attracted young enthusiast runners to pursue training despite the fact that the street was perceived to be insecure. In 2010, the ultra-modern training facility built Thika Road campus was complete and was opened by the then Assistant Minister for Planning and MP for Gatanga then, Honorable Peter Kenneth. This establishment changed the entire economic landscape of Kibo area. NIPS characterized economic activities within the area, making it one of the fastest growing centers in Kiambu County. Lizzie was keen on the provision of affordable quality training, which saw her immensely invest in the new facility. Opening the campus came with a myriad of challenges, keeping in mind that the Thika Road superhighway was under construction. From NIPS, one could see Kilimabogo Hills, since no investor was interested in setting up any investment around the area, which was perceived to be unviable and insecure. In her characteristic pacemaker element, Lizzie raised the challenges that arose mainly from insecurity. Unfortunately, 2 months upon opening the campus, that broke into the facility and made away with equipment worth millions of shillings. 2 weeks later, NIPS was raided again, and unfortunately, 2 security officers who were deployed to guard the premises were killed. This was very sad and a trying moment for Lizzie, and she was at her lowest and about to throw in the towel. However, her resilience and determination in fulfilling her vision superseded the challenges. Around 2015-2016, Lizzie embarked on a journey to set up a university. This was a smooth sail for her, as she did put up together an able team to steer the process. She made available resources to attain the university status. She recruited a vice chancellor, Professor Miriam Waiter, and midwife the process. At the 11th hour, Lizzie had a change of heart due to the prevailing hype of institutions converting to universities. It bothered her that this mass exodus from technical training to university would lock out very many students who do not meet the entry grade to universities. Additionally, one of the conditions to set up a university was to drop 70% of the diploma programs. It was Lizzie's belief that provision of quality training was the sure way of breaking the cycle of poverty in a society. It was her conviction that even those young Kenyans who scored low grades in KCSE deserved a chance to acquire skills that will enable them become self-reliant and actively contribute to the economic development of the country. She made up her mind to disengage from the process of transforming NIPS to a university, but instead rebrand to a technical training college, despite being awarded a letter of interim authority by the Commission of University Education to offer 4-degree programs. Lizzie's transformational leadership at the helm of NIPS saw the institution evolve from a secretarial college to become the largest private tertiary institution in Kenya, offering a variety of market-driven academic programs in various disciplines. Currently, NIPS boasts of an enrollment of over 5,000 students across the 3 campuses and a legacy of graduating hundreds of thousands with various professional courses over the years. Lizzie has left behind an indelible mark in tertiary training sector. The entire journey of Lizzie and NIPS is unending and cannot be documented in full. NIPS Guest House and the Emory Hotel. Lizzie established NIPS Guest House in 2003 as a local joint for nyama choma and drinks for the residents of Kirereshwa area. This facility doubled up as a restaurant and on-job training facility for the hospitality students undertaking their training at NIPS. Unfortunately, in 2006, fire razed down the facility completely to the ground. This was a blessing in disguise for Lizzie, as she, for a very long time, had issues with her staff dating from poor management, theft, to lack of accountability. She had grown tired of the facility. This gave her an opportunity to rebrand the facility into a foster facility. In 2015, construction of the Emory Hotel commenced in earnest. Lizzie had purposed the facility to offer commercial services and also serves as NIPS hospitality students during practical training and internship. Construction ended in 2018 and the hotel opened its doors to the public within the same year. Lizzie's desire to provide livelihood for young Kenyans has seen her employ over 70 permanent employees who entirely depend on the hotel as their source of livelihood. Lizzie Wanyoike Preparatory and Senior School. Lizzie always had a desire to establish a learning center which will offer a strong foundation right from childhood and give strong values and character as a base for proper upbringing of these children. She had observed that the negative behavior amongst some of the students at college level was as a result of weak upbringing at elementary level of education and at home. She identified this gap, and in January 2021, her dream was realized through establishment of the Lizzie Wanyoike Preparatory and Senior School, which is strongly grounded on values and character. Her efforts bore fruits in 2022 when 4 pupils joined various national schools across the country. In the year 2023 KCPE examinations, another set of 4 pupils joined national schools, with the first candidate joining Kenya High. It is worth noting that the confidence young parents have with Lizzie has resulted to an enrollment of over 850 runners within a record of 3 years of existence. Lizzie has left behind a legacy and an inspiration that will drive Lizzie Wanyoike Preparatory and Senior School to where she would have wanted it to be. Christian life. While her illustrious academic and industrious accomplishment may paint a picture of a singularly minded woman, Lizzie's success got its sustenance from her deep faith and lifelong belief in the Almighty God. Born in a staunch Anglican family where her father was a lay leader, Lizzie was introduced to Christianity at a tender age in ACK Gatukeine Church. Later, when they relocated to Kereaire, she joined ACK Kagajo Church, where she was baptized and confirmed. When she got married, Lizzie joined her husband, who was fellowshipping at PCEA St. Andrew's Church, Nairobi. After she went back to Anglican Church and joined St. Mark's Westlands, where she has been fellowshipping and also an active member of the fellowship. In 2022, she joined ACK St. Joseph's of Arimathea, Thome, which was to her residence. Lizzie's journey with the ACK Church was not just a path of attendance. It was a profound commitment to faith, service, and community. She embodied the true essence of a Christian, consistently demonstrating love, compassion, and a deep-rooted dedication to her spiritual walk. Those who witnessed Lizzie's unwavering faith served as a guiding light for those fortunate enough to know her. Her presence in the congregation was more than attendance. It was an embodiment of the teachings of Christ, marked by kindness, generosity, and a genuine concern for the well-being of others. Lizzie was actively involved in numerous church activities, from the choir loft to the Sunday school classrooms. She lent her talents and time selflessly. Her dedication to nurturing the faith of the younger generation was truly commendable. One of Lizzie's most remarkable qualities was her ability to bring people together. She had a heart that welcomed everyone, creating an atmosphere of warmth and inclusivity within the church community. Her genuine smile, kind words, and open-hearted embrace made her a source of comfort and inspiration for many. Beyond the walls of the church, Lizzie lived out her faith in her daily life. Her actions spoke louder than words, and her commitment to justice, love, and mercy reflected the teachings of Christ in every aspect. Due to the nature of her work, Lizzie found herself cutting across different denominations, where she was invited as a motivational speaker and a beacon of hope for women, men, mothers, and young people. Lizzie was a living testament of the transformative power of faith across. community, and social life. Lizzie was just a person who gave. She was a beacon of generosity and compassion, a shining example of what it means to selflessly uplift others. Her philanthropic endeavors touched the lives of many, leaving an indelible mark on the hearts of those fortunate to be recipients of her kindness. One of the most remarkable aspects of Lizzie's philanthropy was its inclusive nature. She believed in reaching out to every corner of our community, ensuring that no one felt left behind. When it was providing support to families facing financial hardships, extending a helping hand to the elderly, or championing causes that aimed to empower the marginalized, Lizzie's heart knew no bounds. Her commitment to education was particularly noteworthy. Lizzie recognized the transformative power of knowledge and was a passionate advocate for making education accessible and affordable to all. Countless students have benefited from her scholarship, each being a testament of her belief in the potential of minds. The results of these initiatives motivated her to write her first book entitled Empowering the Youth Through Training. During her interactions with members of the community, Lizzie used to come across several households with privation due to lack of funds. Personal initiative, as well as that of Lizzie Wanyoike, she managed to offer scholarship to over 300 beneficiaries. Some of these beneficiaries are still in college, while others have secured gainful employment. Lizzie's scholarship cuts across primary, secondary, and tertiary colleges to universities, and was not only limited to bright needy students. Her conviction that education would break the cycle of poverty made her offer scholarships to needy cases with exemplary raw grades. She believed that the poor performance might have been precipitated by the vicious cycle of poverty and wanted to offer these students a chance to break that cycle. Ladies and gentlemen, Lizzie was 24. She started vomiting and developed difficulties in walking and was admitted in Aga Khan Hospital. She was later discharged and went back home. She was observed at a nurse care from Aga Khan. On the beautiful morning, Sunday 14th, the nurse called her family at home where she was recovering and informed them that Lizzie's organs were failing, and at around 12:30 noon, Lizzie took her last breath, surrounded by family members. The life of an exemplary lady whose humility would not have permitted her to see or refer to herself that way. We paid growing tribute to a life of love, service, and dedication to the less fortunate. Fare thee well, Mom. Treasured Shosho, sweet sister, cherished auntie, beloved friend, and an honored colleague, you have been truly strong to serve. To God be the glory.
Of glory divine, herald salvation, purchase of God, born of His Spirit, washed in His blood. This is my story. This is my story. This is my song, praising my Savior all the day long. This is my story, this is my song, praising my Savior all the day long. Quite a detailed eulogy, thoughtfully written, reflecting the true person that Lizzie was, and well read by Brother Alan Jenga. Let us appreciate him. Thank you very much, Jenga, for beautifully presenting that eulogy. You agree with me that it has covered quite a huge percent of what people would say here. And therefore, as we go to other speeches, we kindly ask those who will be speaking to just fill in a few gaps that you are called upon to represent here. So we will start with family speeches, and we have the in-laws representative, Gidongo family, Mr. Kimani, come to the front. I'll also kindly ask Karioki's family, Kirogo, also come to the front so that immediately he's done with presenting, you take it up in that order. Kirogo, Karioki speaking for the family of origin. Karibuni.
Asante sana. Mimi naongea on behalf ya family ya Gidongo, na kama vile Mr. Alan Jenga, tuna huzuni sana. Ya kwanza nitakaribisha nyinyi nyote nikisema kama gavana amefika, naona kwa hapa, karibu sana. Tuna seneta wetu, sijui kama amefika, lakini tunakaribisha yeye. Kanisa wa ACK, wale wanaongoza ibada ya leo, mabishops, wachungaji wote na pastors wote, karibuni. Seneta wetu tunakaribisha, MP wetu wote wale wako hapa tunawakaribisha, MCs wote, wageni wote tunawakaribisha. Na kwa hivyo mimi kwa niaba ya hapo nitaongea kwa lugha ya kwetu, Kichaina ya kwetu hapa Katanga. Bwana asifiwe. Mbele nyambende mushokerie ngano inyuothe mukite nigetha gucaka hamwe na ithuĩ bari ya Gidongo, na ngiuga ũguo gũkũ tũrĩ nĩkuo gwĩtagwo Gatanga village, Gatanga location, Gatanga sub-county na Murang'a county. Koguo ngĩmũnyita ũgeni ngũmwĩra gũkũ nĩ Gatanga na mũigue mũrĩ mũciĩ gwĩta bari ya Gidongo. Ithuĩ kana Lizzie, ũguo rũgano rwa thomo ndikwenda gũcokera, njuge ithuĩ bari itũ gwĩtagwo bari ya Mbu, kuma gũkũ Gatanga, na bari ya Mbu nĩ nene, tũgacoka oroho ithuĩ Gĩthaku kana Gĩthaku na Gĩkũyũ nĩ bari ya Gidongo. Ngwenda kuga nĩ wega nĩ ũndũ wa macio mothe mahanĩkĩte, tondũ Ngai na ndoragio kĩũria, Ngai ekaga ũrĩa ekwenda. Gĩtua kwaria njuge maũndũ macio mario hau kana rũgano rũu rwerio ruothe niĩ ndarwĩkĩra mũkonde, tondũ Liz niĩ hakwa na brother ũyũ ũrũgamĩte haha, mwana maingĩ, Liz nĩ ũtũrerete na Leco ndiĩkane haha, niwe ũtũrerete tũrĩ andũ anini, tũrĩ anake. Na niĩ Liz twarutanirie nake kũmenyana 1979. Ũguo nĩ anderete, nĩ atwanĩte naniĩ, ngatuĩka mũthuri na ngatuĩka ũguo ndariĩ. Bwana asifiwe. Ũndũ ũcio ũngĩ nĩ atĩrĩrĩ, Lizzie nĩ mwega. Lizzie maũndũ mothe ararĩ mwega. Na kwaria ũhoro wa gĩcagi tondũ gũkũ nĩkuo gũkĩrĩ gwitũ. Arĩ othe manathiĩ kwĩ Lizzie. Niĩ ndĩ brother ya Mbũrũ, ndarĩ atũcokie na thutha kana agatũũria matharau. Ona ndarĩ atwĩka ũndũ mũũru. Akorwo nĩ ũrĩa mũndũ ekuaga mũnene, twĩ hamwe tũrakoragwo na bamĩrĩ, na ara nĩ njengani ũyũ ũguo. Nĩ aratũhete gĩtĩo mũno. Koguo na ndũngiuga niĩ ona nĩ kũmaka rĩrĩa ndona rũgano ngaiga Ngai no ũrĩa tũraragia nake. Koguo Ngai wa muoyo amwĩke wega na mwĩge handũ wega kũu matu-inĩ. Haya, ũcio ũngĩ nĩ atĩ thĩinĩ wa Gatanga, Lizzie o ũhoro ũcio wa nakũu, na ningĩ ũciaca-inĩ nĩ ekaga ciaca. Nĩ tondũ Conram Mbũrũ Wanyoike ũcio arĩ brother witũ, Lizzie nĩ amũteithagia gwĩka ciaca. Na Lizzie nĩ athiaga ona kũnene mũno, toguo rũgano rũrũ rwandĩkĩtwo, na nĩ endete gũthiĩ mũno na kwaria na andũ. Wa kerĩ nĩ endete kũingĩrana mũno na andũ. Bamĩrĩ itũ nĩ yorĩrwo nĩ mũtumia wa bata, no tũkiuge atĩrĩrĩ, Ngai ekaga kwenda gwake. Ngĩtiga njuge atĩrĩrĩ, ithuĩ nĩ twatigwo, ciana ciake nĩ ciatigwo, ciana ciake ikorwo ciĩ hamwe, twame hamwe na bamĩrĩ ĩrĩa ĩngĩ inyuothe hamwe, na mũtũkie Lizzie oro toguo kiugo gĩkĩ kĩarĩkia haha. Ngai wa mũrathime na mwĩke wega, na ithuĩ ta bamĩrĩ tugethe wega nĩ ũndũ wa gũka gũcakaya hamwe na ithuĩ twĩna kĩrĩro na maithori tondũ gũtirĩ ũndũ tũngĩka. Ngai amũrathime na mwĩke wega tũkĩnyitanĩra. Rĩtwa mũtinagweta njĩtagwo David Kimani wa Kariuki, na Jesu nĩ mũhonokia wa ngoro yakwa. Bwana asifiwe.
Asante. Damu wengi nyote mure. Kwa majina naitwa Joseph Kirabu Kariuki. Na vile mmesikia from that eulogy, Lizzie was born of Naomi and Peterson Kariuki. So I'm here to represent the Kariuki family. I'll be very brief because mine is just to convey my deepest condolences to the family of Wanyoike, especially Tony, Kiki and Stella. The other one is going to be hit hard, but still hard, all will be well. And then also to thank the people. Thank you all people. We will never get tired of thanking you. From day one, you supported us. From the day on Sunday when the news broke out, our phones were full of people condoling with us and giving messages of sympathy. We've been having prayer meetings every day, and we've been turning up in large numbers to console the family. And we're so grateful for that. Thank you. So, Liz to me was not just a sister, she was a mother. She took me in when I was very young, me and my sister, to go and stay with her. That was almost 50 years ago, and since then we've been with her. And she was a kind woman. I don't know how to express it because it is known. I don't want to give a testimony about her because her friends and her associates will come here and do that. You know, it is not good to hear a testimony from a family member because I will stand here and start saying all the sweet things about her. But her friends know her and they can tell you the bad things and the good things about her. And I'm sure there will be no bad things that we told about her. She was a great lady. She never forgot the church, even after she moved to Nairobi. She always communicated with her local church, that is ACK St. Joseph Catholic Church. She worshipped there. She assisted in very many projects, and I'm sure my vicar is here, he can attest to her. Mr. Solomon, although he's very new to our parish, he did not know her very well. And she really supported that church to bring it up to where it is. She was kind. I'll keep repeating, she was kind and caring. And in addition to the mother-in-law and advice, she also gave us financial support. And Lizzie will never give you cash money. I think the most money I've ever gotten from her is 100 shillings. And that was for pocket money when I was going to school. She will never give you money. But she will ask you, what is your problem? You will tell her, I have a project. I want to do this and this. So she will tell you, oh, 20. You think now she's taking to the bank to give you money. She takes you to the manager, because she was very good terms with the managers, equity and finance. And then she will tell you what you wanted to tell this lady. Then you say, I want this project, I want this much money. But I was expecting my sister to give it to me. In any case, what happens now, we are going to give you a loan. That project, if you want to buy a vehicle, you make sure you bring that logbook, stay in his bank, take your car, go and do business, be paying and getting a profit from there. And we all excuse me, we all benefited from that, because that is how she was. She was a really good woman. My home was finishing, because imagine my own testimony. I think when I got married in the 1990s, I became homeless. Because once you get married, you cannot stay, I couldn't stay with her anymore. She chased me out. Okay, I'm not chasing me out, actually, because it was actually automatic, I had to move out. So I struggled looking for houses, one bedrooms, bed sitters with my wife, until one day I said, no way, I'm going to approach my sister. So I told her, please take me, you know this bank. Because those days in the 19th, you could just walk into the bank and get a mortgage the way you do now. Nowadays, I get to know how much is it not running. You had to know somebody. So she told me, why do you want to take a mortgage? Let me see your payslip. I showed her. How are you going to pay a mortgage with this kind of money? She told me, you can't. But I'm going to help you. I have a house in South Sea, which I'm renting, and I'm really getting problems with the tenants. How much money do you have? I told her. She told me, bring it. That is the deposit for that house. That house is yours, but you have to complete payment, because we wrote an agreement of how much money that there's market value of that house. Pay me every time you get something, pay it. I ended up paying that house after 20 years. In fact, Stella can attest that, because the house was brand. That is how good she was. She was like, I'm finishing. A disciplinarian. In gender didn't know, and people in school. If you're staying with her, you have to property to her home. So I was staying in her house. You make a mistake of coming home after her or late, you sleep outside. Lucky for us, they used to get some scooters up on next. So there was one unoccupied room, you know, when he used to come. Once if you used to enter, you go and sleep there. Many times I slept there. I think it became an aunt. I don't know how control that was. I was very young. Yeah, so and I put the blame square on my wife. Because those are the days when I were dating. And I was taking her for a movie, we ended up in Carnival, I come home late, I'm locked outside. So, but it was good order, because after I told her that I've been sleeping outside because of you, she agreed to marry me. I think that was the only way she could show her sympathy. Yeah, so I think our lad there, our sister, rest in peace, we loved you so much. We loved you so much, and I'm sure that people will come here and attest to that. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much, the family. Those are the family speeches. Now we will go to family tributes. The children, therefore kindly, and Eric, you can take the floor.
It is well with my soul, with my soul. It is well, it is well with my soul.
afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. My name is Anthony Wanyoike. I'm the first son to Lizzie. Standing next to me is my wife, Susan Marimo, and my children are seated over there. I am just going to read a tribute from here, because if I stand here and talk off the cuff, I don't know why I'll end up. I don't know. So I'm going to read my tribute. It's a little bit different from what you have in the booklet. So I start. My dearest mom, as I try to put into words the multitude of emotions coursing through me, I find myself at a loss because in your departure, I'm bidding farewell to not just a mother, but a source of boundless love, guidance and inspiration. I will miss you more than words can convey. Reflecting on the years gone by, I'm flooded with memories of your unwavering love and the invaluable nuggets of advice you generously imparted. From the early years of my life, I witnessed your caring nature, evident in the way you nurtured not only me and my siblings, but also extended a helping hand to friends and relatives. Just like an example is my uncle who stood in front of me. As the firstborn son, I had the privilege of witnessing your grace and resilience in the face of challenges. You taught me that strength isn't just about muscle, but about fortitude of spirit. Your unwavering commitment to family, your unbreakable spirit in times of adversity, and your boundless capacity for love have been the bedrock of our family's unity. Your love for the extended family knew no bounds. You opened our home to uncles, aunties, cousins, and friends, providing not just shelter, but also the support needed to pursue their dreams. You just had my uncle here. Your selflessness, and let me stress, she was unselfish, that I can attest, made you a dream maker, not only dreaming for yourself, but also helping others actualize their aspirations. I want to express my deepest gratitude for the invaluable life skills and mentorship you provided in preparing me for life after high school. The transition to college and even my time abroad was made easier because of the foundation you laid. Your letters, advice, and phone calls while I was in the UK and the US were lifelines that kept me connected to the values you inculcated in me. Leaving Kenya to study abroad was both a privilege and a challenge. Cognizant of your sacrifices that paved the way for that opportunity, the values you instilled in me, the emphasis on education, and the belief in my potential have fueled my aspirations and equipped me for the adventures that lie ahead. Your persuasive skills led me to leave my lucrative banking job in the USA to join NIPS College, a decision that I have never regretted. You became my boss, and I vividly recall a staff meeting where I mistakenly referred to you as mom. Oh boy. I remember that look till today. The look you gave me was a reminder of the boundaries between work and family, a balance you always maintained. As a disciplinarian, yes, she was a disciplinarian, you knew when to crack the whip, dispensing tough love when necessary. Your wisdom and ability to balance being a boss at NIPS and a mother at home showcased your incredible capacity to navigate different roles with grace. Over the years, our relationship deepened, both at work and personally. I have witnessed your visionary leadership that steered NIPS to greater heights, giving birth to the Emory Hotel and the Lizzie Preparatory School. Your ability to see what others couldn't, and your personal touch left an indelible mark on everyone you interacted with.
today, as we bid farewell, I do not say goodbye. I say thank you. Thank you for the love that knew no bounds, for the sacrifices made in silence, and for the lessons that will continue to resonate in my heart. Your legacy is not just the memories we hold, but the indelible mark of love you have left on the tapestry of our lives. I am committed to carrying on your work to the best of my ability, making you proud. The task may be challenging, but with God by my side, the remarkable journey will begun. Rest peacefully, dear mom. Your love will forever be the guiding light that illuminates my path with eternal love. Rest in peace, mom.
Good afternoon. My name is Stella Jorogen. Beside me, my husband, Lawrence Masharia Jorogen, and my very good sister, Lizzie. I first want to just thank everybody for taking their time today to come and learn with us. We as the family do not take this for granted, and I will try to get through this. So the other day I came across a letter I had written to my mom when I was in university in the US. It was the typical please send me money. So unlike our other family members, we used to be given money. So that was the purpose of that letter. But it made me laugh because I sounded so naive. But what was interesting in that letter was we were sharing so many secrets. But living apart for over 18 years,